Hello, this is Anthony Father. You're watching Sporting Icons.
Now, the answer is yes, I am doing quite a few videos on sanctioning bodies. Of course, I do them each and every month anyway, but I want to try and cram them in as much as possible and just discuss things, get things off my chest. Of course, you guys will talk about it in the comment section, and that is fantastic when it comes to the sanctioning bodies. On this one, I want to talk about the IBO. Do we need it? Do we want it? Now, of course, if you're an old school boxing fan, you probably have some nostalgia with it, okay? Because the likes of Ricky Hatton held it, or Chris Eubanks Sr. held it, and Floyd Mayweather held it, and whatever else, okay? But we're in 2021 now. Do you need it? Because they don't order mandatories. Would you look at, say, Chris Eubanks Jr. and say he's former super middleweight world champion because he walked around with the IBO belt? No, you wouldn't. If you need to have an undisputed fight, the IBO is not even in the conversation. You don't need it. Are they going to call a mandatory? Are they going to call, say, for example, the heavyweight division, the IBO champion is Anthony Joshua, along with the other ones? I mean, he just walks around with it because it looks like he's got more belts, doesn't it? But he pays a sanction fee. For what? The IBO are not going to order him to fight their number one or the number two in the rankings, are they? Imagine that conversation. The IBO, hey, Anthony Joshua, we need you to defend that belt against whoever our number one is. If not, we'll strip you from it. What do you think Anthony Joshua would do? Jog on, here's your belt back. If the WBA, the IBF, or the WBO do it to Joshua, say, hey, AJ, you need to be fighting this person, he'll go, okay. That tells its own story, doesn't it? The IBO seems to be an extra strap that a champion will walk around with an addition, because it makes it look better, doesn't it? It makes it look like you're carrying more on your shoulder or in your arms, however it's going to be. It just looks good. But you don't actually need it, and that's the truth of it. The days of it being relevant are long gone, and I do say that begrudgingly because, of course, I do have an affinity with them for years gone by, but in today, 2021, you don't need the IBO, and that's the unfortunate truth about it. And I know it's going to upset some people, but again, that's because you have an affinity with them from years gone by, a respect for them. But you don't need a sanctioned body. You can't call somebody a world champion for holding the IBO belt. I mean, they've even got IBO international belts. I mean, how pathetic is that? An IBO international belt. I think it's only really Dennis Hobson that uses those, to be fair. But you can't call yourself a champion by holding the IBO belt. You can't. I mean, the area title is more important than the IBO belt. The European title is probably more important than the IBO belt. The British is certainly more. The Commonwealth is certainly more. The IBO, unfortunately, don't need it. So if any champions out there, if you're holding it, you're paying a sanctioning fee for what? Anyway, I mean, that's just my thoughts. It doesn't mean that has to be that way or anything like that. Of course, my mind can be changed on things. Maybe there's certain things that you guys have thought about that I haven't really thought about before. I mean, feel free to change my mind on it. But for me, I don't think you need the IBO. I think there's too many belts out there, and the IBO is just another one that just confuses boxing fans. So for me, do you need it? No. I think it's time to get rid of the IBO, especially those international belts. Get rid of them. Anyway, drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you on the next video.